Hello everybody, welcome to ERL for the F1 Tiers Japanese Grand Prix. I'm commentator Owen White, and with me, as always, is Austin.
Yes, welcome everyone. We do not have that much to talk about in terms of the championship, as you know, Michael has already clinched that, well, basically a long time ago. It feels like, at least, but I think it was only 2 races, right?
Yeah, Singapore, I think he took it, didn't he?
Yeah. But we still can, I think we can talk about 2nd place, 3rd place in the standings, because that race, especially for 3rd, is wide open. Leon has a 24-point lead over Lakitu. Leon in 2nd, Lakitu in 3rd, but then from Lakitu to T1000 second 4th, 4 points. From Zach to medium pilot, 7 points. From medium pilot to Matt, 6 points. From Matt to Cliffy, 4 points. From Cliffy to Janul, 3 points. So everyone from P3 to P8 is within 24 points, which is the same distance, if you remember, from just a few seconds ago, as between 2nd and 3rd. So everything is wide open here. We are in the last 5 races, so it's getting very, very exciting. And Suzuka is the first one of those 5 stops, and don't forget, Suzuka is in Asia, and it still holds true that Michael has not won a race yet this season in Asia. He got 4th in Bahrain, he got 2nd in China, he got 2nd in Singapore. Russia didn't count, Azerbaijan didn't count, they're both considered European, so he only has 2 chances tonight, here at Suzuka in Japan, or at Abu Dhabi at the final race of the season.
I tell you what, that lap he just did, I was riding on board, that was a super lap, like, already, for a first lap on the board. If he's going to take that win in Asia, he's looking not too bad with a time like that.
Yeah, I think our focus on that winless streak in Asia might have actually fueled him up and be like, you know what, I gotta get this win here, I gotta get this bread, you know, and It seems like he's doing a good job at the start. I mean, he took over a second away from Zach, and again, Zach is in the top 4 in the standings. He took a second out of him. I mean, we know Michael is an alien. At this point, I don't think anyone doubts, but a whole second. And Leon, who's 2nd in the standings, 27.7, that's 1.7 seconds, then again on the softs. So we're gonna have to give it a little asterisk next to the lap, because he did set this lap time on the softs, whereas Michael is on the super soft. So yeah, the 3 compounds, the 3 dry running compounds are the super soft, soft and medium, the super soft in red, the soft in yellow, and the medium in white. And the strategy, we'll get into that a little bit more once the race comes along, in between qualifying and the race, but it's definitely one stop, that much we can tell. If you go for a 2-stop here, you're not going to have a good time. You lose too much time in the pits, and it will throw you back.
Tell you what though, just once again that Michael lap, I was riding on board for the S. I just watched that back. He did nail that perfectly. If he's gained that 1.1 seconds anywhere, it'll be in there.
I mean, the S's are generally a very tricky part of this track. Most corners here are rather easy, I would say. The Degnas, I think probably everyone in this field can just drive it blindly.
Yeah.
The hairpin, obviously, too. The braking into the hairpin is a little bit tough, you know, with the little bend, the little right bend there just before it. And spoon is something that every driver knows how to drive it well. Even 130R in these cars is flat, so it's not the corner of bravery, this corner where you need balls of steel to go through it flat anymore. These cars generate so much downforce that there is no issue at all taking this corner flat. And then the Casio triangle, the chicane, I mean, that's standard stuff for every driver. But the S curves, the S's are a very tricky part, because you need to, if you want to get a quick lap time, you need to nail every single one of them, and that's, if you count the left-hander to enter them, it's 5 turns. Plus, then at the exit, you get the Dunlop curve that you also need to nail. That's also pretty tricky. You know, uphill, you don't see the apex. It's very tough over this crest, and this is the trickiest section on the whole train. This is, I think, where we might see the most action, at least in terms of mistakes, and then I would say overtakes probably into Degner quite a lot.
Well, I'd say the first part of Dunlop is the hardest bit, because it is just so easy to drift wide, and then obviously, as we've seen many times in League Racing and F1 respectively also, it's just always see people going off there. And it is so easy just to spin off.
As we have a yellow flag in sector 1, and that is Matt, who is out into the gravel in the S's. We were just talking about it. That was the, well, the last corner, the right-hand corner before the Dunlop, so turn 6,
he was
where
doing
he decided
to get out of the
go
way.
a little wide.
I think, because I was on board with Ty, he was moving out of his way, I think.
Could be. It might be that he made a mistake. I just saw Tao driving by. Maybe it was that he made a mistake first, and then he decided,
yeah,
okay, there's another car coming, and I got out of the way. That could be it, but he's taking it very slow now, mostly to regenerate some ERS, it seems. And so slow, in fact, that, oh my, this is getting close here through turn 12. He's really very slow right now. He's trying to get out of the way of everyone else, but this is not looking all too well.
Yeah.
Maybe he's waiting for a run? I don't know. But he's regenerating some ERS right now. So his ERS was depleted. My guess is that he was trying a fairly fast lap. I mean, he's on the medium, so he's not trying like a hot lap, really. It's more of a warm lap. He was probably trying to get into the rhythm, you know, get, oh wow, now he's hitting the wall.
Oh.
I think he's a bit sleepy, maybe.
I don't
I don't know what this is, but, man. He's driving wildly.
Yeah, it's incredibly clumsy. Let's just say that.
Yeah. That probably frames it perfectly. And there he is. Now Michael comes up to him. Oh, and he gets out of the way. My goodness. If I was Michael, I would have, let's just say my underwear wouldn't be dry at this point. You see that just in front of you, Michael that's coming to the pits, doesn't even try this lap here because I think that was a little bit too close for comfort there with Michael and Matt. My goodness.
We've now got
I don't
the
know
other.
what Matt is doing.
We've got the other Haas now in the same place, being very slow. Maybe the Haas just don't like going quickly around here. It's weird.
I mean, maybe they're just looking forward to the next race, the home race at the United States. I don't know.
They're organizing it all from their cockpit.
Yes. They're already talking about it via team radio. They're already saying, look, what's your strategy there? I already prepared. I don't care about Japan. Just let's go to a home race, you know. But yeah, everyone's coming back into the pits now. It seems 7.5 minutes. Oh no, not everyone. See, Technique Gaming stays out, gets a little bit of slipstream, and does move past Tao into 3rd place. And then he gets pushed back down by Lakitu, who gets himself into 2nd. So that was very short-lived, but he still gained a position because, I mean, he can't influence what Lakitu does, but he would have been 5th if he hadn't improved here. But still, everyone is away a 2nd from Michael.
Yeah.
This must have been a superb lap.
I'm very much looking forward to watching Michael's 2nd attempt, because that's what he could do in his 1st attempt. As I said, he nailed that lap. It was perfect, really. It was. But if he can somehow go quicker. 25.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Michael not even doing a 2nd attempt. So even,
might as well.
Even Jano, now in 2nd, what is that, 9.5 tenths, almost a 2nd.
It's...
My goodness.
Like,
Do we have something like penalty weights or something like that we can just put into Michael's car, make him slower? Yeah, something like that. Do we have that? Is that a possibility? I don't think so, right?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Maybe put him into like
My God.
last year's car or something. See what he can do in that. He's clearly too quick for this one.
He might still be faster in that one.
Just give him slower
Oh.
tires, then give him, I don't know, the wets. Give him
Oh,
something.
wow. No, I would say it's probably enough to just give him like one tire compound harder than everyone else. But
So
still
Leon,
mandate him to do that one pit stop and
yeah,
to use two different compounds so that he basically has to go soft to medium instead of maybe super soft to soft.
maybe he should just automatically have to do a 10-second stop go at the same time every time he pits, or something like that. Just something to slow it down.
Yeah, but he's only gonna pit once. So that's the nature of these 50% races. That most of the time a one stop is the fastest way around for whatever laps we're driving here. So there's not much use there to just you know, to just say you get a 10-second penalty, because if he's still 8/10 faster than Leon, who's in second now.
Yeah.
If you give him a 10-second penalty, he laps 8/10 quicker per lap than
Not
everyone
really
else
gonna help
on
much, is it?
27 laps, you come to he's still gonna have a 10-second advantage over everyone else.
Damn it. Okay, well, we'll have a solution for next season. Matt's just made a mistake on the entry to Dunlop.
Oh.
And he's just about got away with it, but he's ruined the lap. But he isn't dead, so we can try again. But he has got a Toro Rosso just behind.
Oh, and Matt almost bins it into Degner too.
That's
Oh, out of Degner 2, sorry, out of Degner 2. My God, there was a slight hit of the wall, but I don't think... No, the end plate is still on. So everything looks still fine. He got away with one there. Because that could have just as well ended in him ending this qualifying in P17 and maybe then some, because everyone behind him still hasn't set a lap time. Alper, Cliffy, and Jacotects are still... either without a time or completely without a lap.
Well, Michael, I was saying about to try and watch his next lap on board. We've got there. He starts his lap now, and yeah, do you reckon he can get to the 25s in this one?
With Michael, there's always a possibility. I don't think there's ever a moment where he cannot improve himself just a little bit more.
He's hitting all these apexes quite well so far for the S's. There's no real dramas anywhere so far. As I say that though,
Never mind.
He does actually make an error at the most difficult corner on the track, as we've mentioned, and yeah, maybe not the perfect lap this time, but he has got a car ahead of him who he might get a little bit of slipstream off at some point. But yeah, not amazing, not as good as the last lap certainly.
Yeah, it looks like he's still trying though. He's still on overtake mode on the ERS, so looks like he still thinks that this lap might be better. I don't know. Find it interesting. At this point I would have probably backed off, because I don't see a way to improve that 126.0 with such a mistake.
Maybe he's trying to get back to the pits with enough time, because there's only 2.5 minutes to go.
Get a new set of tires. Yes, yes, that makes sense.
Well, we'll see anyway. Here he comes.
Fastest way to the pits.
Nope, finishes it.
And no.
Oh!
And he doesn't improve. What in the world?
What?
How does he still improve with that mistake?
I don't understand. That's unbelievable.
And you said he nailed every corner on his first attempt. He makes this mistake and he still improves.
That's crazy.
What is going on?
That's it.
This
lads.
is unbelievable.
Pack up. Go home. If you're just making mistakes and still getting quick, like 8/10 quicker than the rest of the field, there's something wrong there.
Can we establish an F0 next season where only Michael drives and then F1 for everyone else?
That's crazy.
Is that a chance?
Ah, we need something.
Shadow says in the chat, Michael shouldn't be allowed to qualify and has to do a 2-stop, then it'll be fair. And Kalik says he has to use default setup. Can you imagine? Michael on a default setup, oh my. That might actually even out the odds here.
So, there's a few people out there I've seen on the soft compound tires. We've got Rafa, Odems, and Speedster, so we'll see what they'll do. I'm on board with Kiski at the moment because he's in the last sector. And he's just got a great section at the hills, so he could improve by quite a bit here if he can nail the end of the lap.
Well, Rafa has moved himself up into P7 on the soft, so that went well. Odems, aka Marquez, for those that don't know, he's on a hot lap right now on the softs, and then we've got Speedster as well, who just started one.
So there's still 45 seconds to go, so plenty of time for all these times to come in. And yeah, is Mike still out there? Is that him who's just passed there? You know, you gotta ask the question. Do you reckon he might go again? He'll know he'll have made that mistake. I'm sure the tire wear means nothing to him. Do you reckon he'll try another one? He might as well. He's out there.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he's just gonna go back to the pits and nurse the tires home and then retire in the pits for this session. Odems, meanwhile, into 10th for now. I reckon he's gonna hope that he falls out of the top 10 into hopefully 11th for him, so that he can get on some new tires and not the used softs. But it looks like he's gonna try another run here instead. So Odems maybe with another one. Speedster now heading towards 130R as the time is over, but every started lap can still be finished. Speedster now into the Casio Triangle, last chicane, the full speed right-hander. Rafa goes into the pits. Almost everyone already retired, and Speedster 13th, so slight improvement there, but not much.
Here comes Medium
However, he
Pilot.
does jump Tau. Dutch Tricks 14th. He jumps up one place. Was 15th before. There was another move
off.
there.
Well, we're getting there.
I think moved into 5th.
Medium Pilot, we're getting there with him. Only 3/10 off, so maybe there
Oh
is
yeah, Medium
hope.
Pilot moved into 2nd. He moved up from like what 13th, 14th or so.
Jano in the last corner just caught the end of that there, and he was facing the wrong way, and a corner he went straight into him. He's been disqualified.
And disqualified. Oh my.
That's ridiculous.
But I think he will remain in P8. I hope he will.
No.
As
if you're disqualified, you're last. If you're disqualified, you're last. That's him. He's last. That's unfair. He was trying to recover. If you spin off, what are you gonna do? You're already facing backwards. What more could you do there? Come on, game. Have a bit of sense.
And he's in chat right now saying, "Nah, WTF."
That is a joke.
I'm not
Genuinely.
using. I'm not saying what WTF means. You all know it anyway, but yeah, that was not the best decision from the game here. He is in fact 20th and last with that disqualification.
What that did
That
do?
is.
It's put Odems on them softs into the top 10.
Oh, that's not what he wanted, I reckon.
I don't think it is now.
But yeah, Michael takes the pole position. Medium Pilot though 3/10 off only. That's not much. And even considering that they're on the softs, I think Rafa, Odems, and Speedster might have a chance here. Not for the win, unless Michael makes a mistake, but to get some very, very good points. If they can run those, and now we're getting into the strategy. So there's a bunch of different strategies available here.
I think Odems is just finding out in our chat that he's in 10th. He's not. Oh dear. Let's have a little read of this. I think everyone's just telling them now the bad news.
Yeah.
I don't think he's realized.
So let's get into the strategy. So I was looking at the F3 race to find out a little about it. And it was very interesting to see that they use pretty much all the different strategies. So you can go one stop from super soft to soft if your tire wear allows for it. If you super soft to medium, or if you're really bad at it, you can even go soft to medium. But I think the fastest way will probably be super soft to soft. Use the two softest compounds and take them to the end. But we'll see what everyone does. We will probably... Let me see where the tires... There we go. Oh my! Never mind. We got a lot of medium runners outside of the top 10. Everyone except for Reved, who's starting on the super softs. I do not understand that, but... Well, maybe. You know what? Maybe he's a little smart about it. I think he reckons. My guess, personally, I don't know what's going on in his mind, but my guess is that Revert is thinking, you know what? If there's a pileup into turn 1, and I need to go into the pits, I can go onto the mediums. I might be able to take him the distance. I don't have to come in again. Whereas everyone on the mediums would have to go into the softs, do a 2-stop of some sorts, and the race would be ruined. But if he's on the super softs and there's maybe an early safety car, I don't know. He could just go onto the mediums, take him the distance, and be done. Even with some kind of front wing damage or something like that. He'll lose 8 seconds, but he will still be in the running for some position for some points. So maybe that's what he's thinking, which might actually be a smart call. Turn 1 and 2, very hard to get right. It's not a two wide turn at all. You need to make sure that you're by yourself to let's say not run into any troubles. Otherwise, it's very easy because you're braking in turn 1 for turn 2, which is always tricky. If you brake in one corner for the other, always easy to mess that up and get entangled in some kind of collision as the drivers now head back to the grid. And Owen, get ready.
How is Michael gonna lose this one? Obviously, we know that he lost Bahrain due to a penalty, I believe. China due to a crash. Singapore due to just being not quick enough and having a bad qualifying. But here he's on pole. No real competition. What exactly is going to stop him today? We've got a 20-car grid, so there's plenty of
penalties.
People to take him out.
Calling it. Penalties are the only thing. He's going to pick him up in the Casio Triangle, I reckon, and I think that will be it.
Well, let's find out then. We're getting ready to start the race. Everyone is in their grid slots, and the 5 lights are coming on ahead of the drivers for the Japanese Grand Prix. They get away. Michael decent off the line. So is Medium Pilot. They should keep their 1-2, but down towards turn 1, they're looking nearly free abreast in the background and trying to see what they can do. A very dangerous turn 1, so we'll see if they all make it free okay, but it seems that they all have done for the most part. There's a few people going wide, but it is still Michael in the lead. Leon made a position there. A few more moves going on through the field, and there's an incident. Medium Pilot, the main competition really for Michael, he's already off the track and in the gravel trap, and there's another McLaren off there as well of Ollie Flannel. 2 cars off at the start of this race, and Speedster, I think, as well has lost a lot of ground there, and Ollie has left the session. He does not want to see any more of that.
That is very unfortunate for Medium Pilot here. He was the #1 challenger for Michael in this race, and he's already down to 19th, and I think he does have some kind of damage. I want to try to see that. Pretty sure on the left side. Oh, this is hard to see. Yes, the left end plate is completely missing. He's got front wing damage and massive front wing damage. He's going to have to come into the pits, that is for sure. And I reckon Michael's just going to walk away with it. He's got Zach behind him now, but already at the end of lap 1, not lap 2, no, lap 1, over a second to Zach. So out of the DRS window, and there's still another lap.
Oh no, they've caused an accident there, and they're all hitting each other in the chicane, the Casio Triangle. We've got Juglar hitting off Leon, and that's a real issue for Leon's his second place. That could go very soon if that keeps happening. And now we've got Kiski trying to go for the podium right outside to turn 1. That'll be an ambitious move, and he does back out. But that was a bit of a dive bomb into the final chicane there, and it's cost massively Leon out of the points now.
Yeah, Leon now down into 11th, completely out of the points for now, and 2 places behind Lakita, who's 3rd in the standings. And T1000 Zach might actually be the winner of this for now, regarding the standings, because he's in 4th place in the standings and he's 2nd on the track. So he's the highest positioned runner inside the top 8, obviously excluding Michael, in the championship. So he's gonna, if he stays there, as he is gaining on Michael, actually, look at this, down under a second. So he might actually get the DRS, and he might challenge Michael for the victory here. And again,
Leon.
I'm going to reiterate what I said before. I think Michael's going to lose this on penalties. So if Zach can keep it clean, he has a chance. But back over a second. He needs to get back in this. The one important thing here, though, is that the DRS on this track is not as important.
Wall.
It is not.
Lakitu, that's really important now. Matt as well? Have they both went off at the same spot? They're both in real
Matt
trouble.
is out of the race.
Yeah, Matt out of the race. And by the way, Odems is now into 4th. He was 10th on the grid. So he's making his way out the field quite quickly. And we've seen the other soft runner as well, Rafa and Technic Gaming, are all moving out the field. Rafa into turn 1. Can he make anything work there in Kiski? No. And that's Jacotex off the track. He didn't expect I think Rafa to be so slow into T1, but he had to back up, and Jacotex rage quits as a result of, yeah, not looking in front of him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate here. But let's look back at the front. So, as I said, the DRS is not as important here because we only have one DRS zone, and that is the start-finish straight. There is no second. The straight out of Spoon before 130R, not a DRS straight. The corner turn 12, the full speed right-hander after the hairpin before Spoon, not a DRS zone. The only one we have here is the start-finish straight, and it's not that long, so it's not even the longest full speed sequence on this track. That is out of Spoon and into 130R.
Sorry to interrupt, but Joglar's all over the show. Odem's into 3rd now. He's having such a good start, and Kiski as well. These super soft tires are not working. They are really slow at the moment. Joglar is trying to fight back at Oden's, but nothing's happening. Now Rafa into 5th place and Technique Gaming into 6th. These soft runners are flying.
Yeah, that is incredible to see. The 3 soft runners started in 10th, 9th, and hold on, Technique Gaming in 11th. And they are now up to 3rd, 5th, and 6th. They've gained, on average, more than 5 places. On average. Rafa got 4, Technique Gaming 5, and Odin 7.
Joglar's sliding. He's drifting everywhere here. Rafa's going to get by any second now. And surely on the way to the deadness. No way he's going to do that. But again, Joglar into the wall. At the exit of Dunlop there. Very much out of control the whole corner, and he's out of this race.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate to see, but he really struggled with the soft tires here.
He overheated his tires clearly early on there, and yeah, didn't really know how to affect it or how to fix it. I mean, oh dear. But what that does mean now, of course, is that we're running soft tires in 3rd, 4th, and 5th now.
Yep, so they gained on average 6 places now, as Rafa and Technique Gaming both made up 1 spot there with Jogler's elimination. My goodness, that shapes up to be a very interesting race. The question now becomes, which of these soft runners are going to go on which tire? Which are going to go very long into the race and then onto the super soft, and which will come in earlier and go onto the mediums? Because we've seen what can happen with the super softs. If you overheat them, you might be likely to suffer the same fate as Joglar.
Yeah.
So the medium might be the better strategy here to keep the tire temperatures low, to keep the tires where they should be in working range, and get the grip and get some reliability out of it too. These tires will not fall off a cliff at all this race. The mediums, that is. If you pit at the right time, not too early, obviously, which, I mean, why should you? You've got the softs on. But the question is, who's gonna maybe risk it and knows that, hey, I can manage these super soft tires. You know what? Let's give it a try. And who's gonna play it safe and go into the mediums? For the super soft runners up front, Jim, Jay, Mike. I see the Jim. I'm like, hey, it's Jim. Michael and Zach. The question becomes, what tire do they go on? The soft or the medium? But that doesn't really matter too much, because both tires will not see that much of an issue compared to the super softs that might really overheat quickly, as we saw. But the question then becomes, how well can they manage those tires, and will they risk? I think Michael will go for the softs.
Odems is AI.
Zach, I think for the mediums.
Odems is AI. He's about to lose third place here. What is going on?
Oh.
He was closing very quickly, and now he's about to lose the podium. And we're about to see another race go pear-shaped for Odems. He's still in AI. We're still waiting for him to get out of it. And he's holding these guys up massively. Rafa down the inside, and it's a rather easy move, unfortunately. And Odems, his race is falling apart. Is he back off AI yet? No. And diving is Kiski. He knows he can do it. He knows there's no one actually racing that car. And it's all going wrong for one of the soft runners. Of course, we still have two more, but they're about to get into battle. Look how close they are in the battle for third. My God.
And Odems is still in AI. Now, Tao is catching up in the Force India. So this is going really, really badly right now.
It's all gone wrong.
Odems. Yeah, this is very unfortunate. It seems like he disconnected.
It's a weird one. I've seen it before where he just gets stuck in AI. I don't know. I mean, it's one of the notorious glitches in this game. But what it means is that this fight here now is the third place. We've got Technique Gaming going right around the outside in towards turn one. And he's going to get that one done nice and easily. So, the Force India man, the top man on the softs. And can he challenge the guys ahead on the supers as we see Speedster get a speeding penalty? And Odems is still in AI. We've got a medium runner now in 6th place. And he's not too far away from those soft runners, so don't count tired of this one either. Oh,
yeah,
we've got two snipers side by side, and they're going to catch this very slow Red Bull. What are they going to do? They're side by side into the two Degners, having a bit of contact and pushing themselves through. And what are they going to do? Were they going to fight in towards the hairpin, or are they just going to leave it? As you see, Dutch Tricks make the dive, and Alper go right into the back of Odems.
I don't think he's got any front wing damage from that, although he should have maybe. But it all looks very good still. The end plates are still on. The winglets are fine. Yeah, no damage. There may be slight damage that we can't see, non-visible damage.
Zach is really slow
when it's not dark green but light green.
Sorry to interrupt again, but Zach has to pit, or else he's going to lose a lot of time. Michael's 7 seconds clear nearly. Zach in the pits. Them super softs fell off the cliff on that lap. That's going to help these soft runners and the medium runners massively.
It's going to be medium for both of them. Michael already on them. Kiski also into the pits. Yeah, Zach on mediums. Kiski will go on mediums too. I did not expect these super softs to go off that quickly. Lap 7. I expected the drivers to come in lap 10, lap 9 or 10. Lap 7 is early, and of course they have to go onto the mediums to make it to the end of the race. And again, now the question becomes: it seems like the temperature is too high to use the softs. I think the super soft to soft strategy is a proper strategy if the temperatures on the track and in the air are a little colder than they are right now. It seems rather warm. The sun is shining, clear skies, which means you would want to run the harder compound, as again the super softs, we saw them overheat. Revert is the only one still out there on the super softs, and I think he's gonna pay for it.
Well, let's run him board.
The soft to medium, I think, is the way to go here. Soft to medium will be the fastest strategy, I reckon.
So, with all this, Michael's massive lead has given him the free track when he comes out of the pits, so we should have no issue getting up to speed. The next car ahead is Odems, but we already know that he's having issues, so that should be no issue. So really, he can just run his own race for now, can Michael. So that's going to help him quite a lot. Zach is also sort of on his own, in the fact that he's got no one ahead of him, but he has got a charging Leon trying to change that by going right up the inside and getting past.
Yeah, and the car in front, Revert, has now come into the pits, so he's getting rid of his tires, so he's out of the way for Leon and Zach, so they don't have to worry about him anymore. So the next one would be Michael, and then obviously Odems. So Michael, the question now becomes, how much career mode did Michael play? Because that definitely prepares you to overtake the AI. If you don't play the career mode as much, you might find it a little bit troubling, because the AI... they're not giving you any room, really, unless you really... If they back out if you just chuck it up the inside. That's the thing. You got to be very aggressive with them. And Michael intends to do just that and gets by very easily. Oh, my. And then pushes Odems out. Okay.
Just
I mean, it's an AI car.
You
can do that. Yeah, it seems so, yeah. But, so Michael quite easily passed. Checked it up the inside in the hairpin. And a good move right there. So it looked to me like he has played career mode quite some time.
Yeah.
Quite a considerable amount of time into the career mode of F1 2018. Because that move, I mean, that was from so far back. And he was like, you know what, I gotta get past. Boom. Checks it up the inside from another country almost. And makes the move stick.
And even still, doing all of that... Oh, come on! How has that happened? An AI has got a penalty for speeding. And he's now stuck.
Oh, my...
Oh, he's not stuck.
No,
He's just took his time.
Wow.
This game, man. This game costs 50 quid. This game costs 50 quid of my money.
Can I just ask, Owen, was it Marquez who always throws a console out of his window?
Yes.
I think there's another one gone right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's gone a while
honestly,
ago.
this time I would understand it. This time, my God. The AI gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Dear. I mean, it's a slow AI as well. It's literally like 50 difficulty. How on earth is it even going fast enough to speed?
I think it's 85 difficulty, right?
Well, either way, it's not, ultimate difficulty,
It's not fast, yeah, I get you.
How is it going even quick enough to speed in the first place, let alone... I just don't even understand. I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
So we've got two Cybers, oh yeah, by the way, Rip Cyber and a Toro Rosso, all getting very close to each other now, in the fight for fourth. Michael probably is going to catch this soon as well, so that's all going to get nice and interesting. As they're already going for it into turn one, we're seeing a bit of moving about from Alper there. And side by side on the exit, oh my! Has Janel just missed the back of Albert by literally nothing. I think Dutch Trick's tyres are already starting to go on him, and that's concerning. Only 10 laps old.
Yeah, this seems to be the most interesting fight right now for fourth place here at this time. I mean, Michael will catch up to them rather quickly, I would reckon, as his tires are 7 laps fresher. And we know what pace he has, as Kalek with a very late breaking point there, but he manages to avoid the back of Alper once again, by the way. And now a run into Spoon. Look at Kalek, he chucks that. And that was a little bit too deep. I think he's got to give that position back. I think he's got to give that position back. What do you say?
Oh, absolutely. Come on, he can't just push him off the track. And I think he's going to do that now, is he? Into 130R. It's a bit of a dangerous place to do so.
No, he doesn't. Well, he gets the revenge.
Oh, no!
And they go into goal and Kalek is out.
That has to be a safety car, surely, game. If there's any time you're going to put a safety car out, it's for that. And it's not coming out.
Is already...
There's a car dead on the racing line, game.
Yeah, but he's ghosted.
And there's another car dead on the exit.
Yeah. Oh, wow. My God, what a high-speed impact right there. And I'm gonna tell you right this, if there were like real drivers, and this would happen with real drivers and real cars,
Apologies.
we would be praying for for whoever was in Calic's car right now. This was a horrific impact.
That's what kills people.
Just into the wall. This, you know what this impact from Calic reminds me of? The Alonso incident in Interlagos.
Ah, yes.
Years and years ago. I think what was it, 2003?
Yes, I know you're talking about.
That's what it reminds me of. Just into the wall in an angle that is just absolutely devastating, and then across the track. Oh my! I think we'd be talking about broken legs right now.
Yeah.
But thankfully, this is all virtual, so no one was harmed. But my goodness, that was very intense fighting from the two of them, and it cost them both the race. Alper now down into 14th, and Calic completely out of the race.
Oh, Michael, right running outside. That's how you do it into the last chicane there. But yeah, I think Calic sort of sums it up in the chat. All he says is GG. I don't understand. I mean, I think he had a right to go for the move. He was alongside, but he did just shove him off. I know you can say, oh, well, Calic did it to him, but he didn't take him out. Like,
it seemed like there was a little bit of revenge from Alper's part for the move into Spoon. But they both just gave it too much. Maybe it would have been better for Calic to just, you know, let it go and live to fight another day. But you know, sometimes I think even if you're in the right, it doesn't help you if you think, hey, I'm in the moral right here. I did nothing wrong and I deserve that position, and then, you know, someone else thinks nope, and you fight, and one gets eliminated and the other drops down all the way to 13th now.
Just by the way, while all that was going on, we saw Technique Gaming and Rafa take their pit stops on the softs, and they came out in 4th and 5th, so that'll go back to 2nd and 3rd again, I think. Yeah,
once Tao and Dead Strix come into the pits, who still are on the mediums they started on, but they will stay out for quite a bit as well, as they are, as we're not even past the halfway point of the race.
But, I mean, that's
Tao now really just starting lap 14, so halfway into this lap that Tao is on right now, we're halfway into the race.
Just remember, Zach pitted ahead of these two, and the undercut just didn't work for him, and even Leon beat him out. And them two could still challenge. They are right on the back of this. And yeah, Zach probably won't be too happy that he's lost them places, and Leon will probably be quite happy with the comeback that he's making right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's say, how much of Tao and Dead Strix gonna lose in the pits? Probably around 20 seconds, I would reckon.
Something like that,
means Tao would fall pretty much where Kiski is right now, and Dead Strix would be in between Cliffy and Speedster.
Yeah.
So, Tao either... What is that then? So Michael first, Technique Gaming second, Rafa third, Leon fourth, Zach fifth, and then Tao either 6 or 7 in front or behind Kiski, and then Cliffy 8, Dead Strix 9, Speedster 10. That's how I would see it shape up after the... Oh wait, Cliffy also has to come into the pit. Sorry, I totally missed that. So Cliffy will also drop a little bit there. So that means Speedster then in 9th, and probably Revert in 10th, as Cliffy will fall to 11th behind Revert.
Well, it's hard to sort of tell if these guys are going to be catching Michael or not. They're nearly 10 seconds off him. So, our 10 seconds not go in the pits.
And Dead Strix, sorry, Dead Strix does come into the pits.
That's 13
so he's
laps,
very...
right? 14.
Yeah, I think he's going to go into the softs, definitely. It's too early to go into the super softs here. So he will check on the yellow compound, or the yellow wall tire.
These tires really are going to be pushed right to the edge there, aren't they? The likes of Michael on 7-lap old tires right now. I mean, will they actually get to the end in any decent shape? Will Technique Gaming and Rafa on 3-lap better tires actually have a chance? And what about Leon on even older tires than Michael? they could be in some trouble.
Who's going to be in trouble?
Well, the guys who put their mediums on a little bit earlier than these guys.
Michael and Leon and Zach and Kiski? I doubt that. The mediums are very durable around here.
Well, I mean, compared to the Lou guys, I mean, because I don't know.
Yeah, but
do you reckon they have a similar cliff though? They may have a similar cliff to the supers. That's just what I'm thinking.
No, the mediums generally don't have such a cliff as much as the supers do, where they just completely drop off at some point. Or, well, they might have, but we will not hit that cliff during this race. So, Leon came into the pits, I think, at the end of lap 5, right? It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to take these 22 laps. I think that is manageable. It's gonna be tough, but it's manageable.
So Michael did.
So I wouldn't be too worried.
Michael did retake the lead in that lap, and yeah, we'll see how the guys start to close on Tao.
Yeah, I reckon Tao is gonna come into the pits either at the end of this lap or the next, because he doesn't want. He doesn't want Dutch Tricks. He doesn't want Dutch Tricks to get some kind of undercut on him too much. But then again, the gap was 5 seconds, so I reckon he's not too worried about it. But so you can see that the mediums are starting to lose a little bit of time. It's not a cliff, but you know it's getting a little downhill. So he might want to come in rather soon and then go onto the softs and then start a run on everyone in front of him, because those softs will be very, very quick. I mean, we just need to look at the difference between Speeds and Dutch Tricks and how much that gap is going to close. We're talking right now about 3 seconds. Let's come back to this gap in about a lap, and I think it will be down to under 2. That's my guess. As yeah, there you go. Tao does come into the pits, as I predicted, and he will probably go onto the softs as well. I would be surprised to see. No, he goes onto the supers.
Oh,
that is surprising.
Oh, here's Rafa, by the way, right outside. Can he do a Raikkonen style move? That'd be great if he can. And he does. Just about got away with a little tap from there. And Rafa makes it a Ferrari 1-2. Could we be about to see history today? It has been a while since we've seen a Ferrari do well. And
Technique might be coming back here.
But yeah, at the moment, Ferrari are on for their first 1-2 of the season.
I think this might be the most intense battle we see until the end of the race here between Rafa and Technique Gaming. These two are going at it in just absolutely beautiful fashion. They're keeping it clean. They're still driving, giving it everything, fighting for that second place right now. And Technique is still staying close. He's still staying within that slipstream range. He's still staying within that DRS range. All the good stuff. And I don't think we've seen the last of those two battling it out. They're on the same tires, same strategy. I think we're going to have some fun with these two.
Well, the way they were racing on that lap there into turn 1, that was about as close as you can get to touching without having a massive accident through turn 1 there, because normally if you see a tap like that, you're dead, but they've managed to make that work, and Rafa with a stunning move, and yeah, that is quite odd. You wouldn't really think of it a domination that Michael has, but this could well be the very first Ferrari 1-2 of the season. If they keep it like this, but as you say, they may not do. And here's Zach. He's going to try that Raikkonen style move once again. We'll see how he gets it done. He's off the track.
He goes too wide.
Yeah, and he gets a penalty for it as well. But on the exit, he should have another look, but not going to happen there.
I think he can appeal that penalty by just saying, look, I didn't even gain anything. I lost time, if anything.
Yeah.
So we might see that penalty be removed after the race. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Unless he gets himself another warning, you know, which might always happen.
Yeah.
But for now, if he stays warning free, he might get that one removed and be penalty free again. So we always have to be a little careful about the penalties and how they're going to be assessed
Oh,
because again, it
again!
can happen.
It's happened again! Odems has got another penalty.
At
And
this
he
point,
has...
I don't think he even cares too much at this point because he's probably decided after the first one, you know what? Who cares?
Yeah, but he's an
Who
AI.
cares?
How is that possible? How
I
is
don't
that
know.
possible?
Just let's. I don't know. Let's not talk about it. It's the F1 game. Let's just.
Oh man, it's a joke of a game sometimes, isn't it? And
No,
there's
no, no.
Ty.
You mispronounced that.
Oh.
It's a yoke.
It's a what a yoke. The 5
It's
seconds.
a yoke.
Anyway, Ty is up into P6, and we're gonna see if Zach can do that move correctly this time. And he should do, yes. He's got it done before the corner this time.
He does, yes.
And nicely done as well. Yellow sector 1. Nothing to do with the leading, guys. I don't think it's actually anything.
I think it was just an AI car, a ghosted AI car.
I was excited there for a second. I thought we were about to see the Michael Asia curse there again, but oh well.
Oh no. The Michael Bottle job.
Yes. Something.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he might actually get his first win in Asia this season.
Well, I mean, he'll deserve it fully. That's been one of his most dominant performances, especially with that qualifying lap. If he didn't make that mistake on the last lap, he would have been in the 25s. I'll tell you what, I'll be looking on his TT leaderboard. I wouldn't be surprised to see his name right over at the top for the world with times like that, to be honest.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
What an alien. And it's a shame, really. That
the only thing I can say, if someone in a higher up position at the Ferrari Academy is watching right now, sign this guy.
Oh no!
And put him in a real race car. You've never? Was there ever? I'm wondering right now. Was there ever a Greek F1 racing driver in the real world?
No idea.
Was there ever a Greek guy driving?
He can always make history, can't he, Michael? Certainly agree looking on the esports scene, though, surely, with this type of pace. I mean,
I'm looking right now.
If Ferrari were to ever get their act together and make an esports team and stop being so stingy, this guy should honestly be signed up for them straight away. But
indeed, but yeah, there was never a Greek F1 driver. Never, not one, not a single race. There were a lot of Italians, a lot of Germans, a lot of French people, a lot of Brits, a lot of Austrians, Belgians, Argentinians, everything. But Greece, not a single one. I mean, he could actually write history.
So we've got Leon still on the back of Zach. We've got more yellows in Sector 1, and that is for a car this time. It's for Dutch Tricks in the last points position. And the Bird is coming by now. This is on the exit of Dunlop, as I said, and he's just about stays ahead. Just Dutch Tricks, but his tires will be a bit messy, so the Bird needs to catch him quickly before his chance goes away.
Yeah, indeed. Every position at this point counts, and I mean, look at these tires for Revert. 11.
Is he not an AI anymore? I wonder, Odems.
Let's see. Oh, we can't even see.
Oh, I think he is racing, actually. He looks like he's playing about now.
Yeah, seems so.
Yay!
Seems so.
Welcome back. So
we missed you.
maybe that second penalty wasn't his fault. Or was his fault, something.
I wouldn't want to speculate on that.
Yeah, let's not. Let's just blame the game. It's more fun to do that.
Yes.
I have to say, he is catching right up to the back of Michael here. We can see in a wee fight here for getting unlapped here for Odems. You can see he's only about a second off.
Yeah, but you have to say, he's on the super soft. Michael is on 13 lap old medium, so it's not really an apt comparison here between Odems and Michael. It's not really a fair fight.
Well, this is the fight we were potentially going to see at one point later on if he didn't DC earlier. So, I mean, let's just say this fight was always going to happen. Well, we say DC. I assume there was something that went wrong. But let's just say this fight, it was going to happen. It's just a lap down. That's the only issue. But, hey.
I think he's going to unlap himself here, though.
Yeah, he'll give it a go, I'm sure. And look at that,
And
fastest
there's
lap,
another
but
one.
still, you know, just over 3 seconds slower than Michael's pole time. So still, they're nowhere near that.
Yeah, but it's race trim. He's got race fuel in his
Yeah,
car.
but it's late
Come on.
race. It's late race, and they're still over
Yeah,
3
but
seconds
still,
off.
come on.
They're
Cut him
nearly
some
on.
slack.
They're nearly on qualifying road, and they're nowhere near him yet.
Oh, and Chill Drive is saying in the chat room, apparently JIM is in association with Williams Esports.
Jeez.
So, will we see Michael drive for Williams soon?
That'd be nice. Oh dear. Dutch Tricks is dead in the same place as no, it wasn't Jano. And once again, there's no safety car for it. And if you look closely, you can see his legs there hanging out of the front of the car.
Oh, no, don't say that. No, that goes too far, man. That goes too far, dude. Don't. Man.
And once again, Bert Mylander is sitting there waiting in that Mercedes to get out on the track, but they're not letting him. Maybe they've got an issue with a safety car or something, because that's 2 people there in the wall.
Nah, I think the safety car would have come out if the ghosting was off, but every time a car crashes to end the race, loses a tire or something, and the race is over for that car, it immediately ghosts and therefore no safety car, which is kind of ridiculous, I think, but
ridiculous
also understandable because you you wouldn't want this to. Oh, Technique Gaming picks up a 5-second penalty. He kept the first part of the Casio triangle. I was on board with him as he did it. Oops. He kept the first part of the Casio triangle, not by much actually. That is a very surprising penalty. I would not give that 5 seconds.
Well,
that was a warning, if anything. But wow,
he needs to get his foot down. He needs to make only 1 second on Zach, and he is sort of still looking at his mirrors, the Red Bull driver. So maybe won't need to worry too much about that. But even still, just another example of the weird penalty system on this game. It's like Singapore, where you get weird penalties there as well. Just certain corners I like to make it a bit more harsh.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the penalty system in the esports generally is or in sim racing
come
is
on, game. Sorry, I'm riding over Revert now. He's getting overtaken by Cliffy. He's really got nowhere to go but off the track, and he's getting penalties for it. You know, Cliffy's only 2 seconds down the road now. He mustn't have gained it much, right? You know, I'm not a genius, but he hasn't gained anything there, and you're giving him penalties. And Technique Gaming gets another penalty. What's going on?
I was gonna say, that was in Spoon.
Yes.
How do you get a penalty there? I think the inside of the second part of Spoon, maybe.
What is going on?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Game. Oh my god.
And Odin's 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
He's rage quit. Yep. That's it.
That sums up his day, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Leon is still...
What a chaotic race.
Leon is still trying to get by Zach, by the way, and he's running out of time. He needs to get something done quickly. Because he won't be aware of this right now, but it is actually for a podium now, this spot. So he will want that.
Now it is, but now it is with another penalty for Technique Gaming. It is, yeah. And the thing is, Technique Gaming only. Oh, now he picked up another warning, by the way, but only a warning. So Technique Gaming with a penalty, 2 penalties, 5 seconds and 3 seconds, so 8 seconds overall, and another warning. Zach does have a penalty of his own and 2 warnings, so there's another 3 seconds there. Leon has 3 warnings but no penalty. I think 1 warning might be for an incident, and therefore doesn't count towards the corner cut warning. So he's got 2 warnings.
So he doesn't need to worry about getting another one. Doesn't need to worry about making a pass, but
indeed, I'm just looking at it right now. So Leon has 1 warning for a collision with Zach in lap 1. So that doesn't really account to anything, and then the others were exceeding track limits in lap 11 and exceeding track limits in lap 21.
So that means then, at the end of the race, Leon and Technique Gaming are going to swap, and Zach will stay in 4th then. I think.
If it stays in terms of distance the way it is right now,
Well,
then Zach
actually,
will be within 5 seconds of Technique Gaming, and Leon will be within 8 seconds of Technique Gaming, then yes.
yes. So we'll see how all that works out. But we've only got 3 laps to go. It is a Ferrari 1-2 here in Japan, and it's looking good for Michael to finally get a win in Asia.
And it's looking even better. I just looked at his penalties. One warning.
Ah, how dare
And by
you
the
get
way,
one
warning. Can I just say one warning is all that both Ferraris have? Because
That's
Rafa,
amazing.
not a single one.
Well, I'm looking at this is my driver of the day right here, Rafa. Let's just have a look at how many places he made. He has made up a stunning 7 places. I know technique game has been 8, but he's gonna fall down. He's got penalties, not really the greatest day, but 2nd place for Rafa at the moment, making that alternate strategy work beautifully, and a great move on technique gaming to get himself into this position. Rafa's my driver of the day today.
Is your
Absolutely.
microphone okay?
Huh? Is it
Is that-
broken?
you sounded a little weird there, a little bit up and down
Oh no.
with your microphone. You might want to fix that. My goodness. Meanwhile, Odems is in the chat and said his cousin called him and he had to go.
Oh,
So
Okay.
that is why he left. It's not because of another penalty or something like that. No, he was like, okay, my cousin called me. I need to go.
his cousin's gonna get
Well,
a
that's one way.
PlayStation to the face.
Oh, now your microphone sounds even worse.
Oh,
Like you're
does
calling
it?
in with the telephone.
Oh, kill me. Hold on, let me let me hear how this sounds in stream. Back in a second, peoples.
Okay. Meanwhile, we have pretty much all the gaps between the drivers. Oh, as Tao loses it in the S's, spins around. He was the closest to the guy in front of him, and now he spins in the S's at the perfect moment I was talking about. And Speedster jumps through, gets P7, so Tao into 8th. On the super softs that really can't take it anymore. These tires are apparently done. Because a spin in the S's is not that usual, but it does happen when your tires are completely worn out, and that is exactly what happened to Tao here. As he loses 7th place for now, and he might actually lose more because Cliffy behind him, he's also on the super softs, but 4 laps fresher, which means his super soft tires should still be in good working condition, whereas Tao, I mean, he really needs to nurse them home. It's 8 seconds of a gap now, but in the last 2 laps that might actually come down. I wouldn't rule it out. We're down to 7.5 now, within what, 1 corner? So
Was that tire
What?
spinning? I sort of was on and off looking at my screen there. I sort of saw that he was round.
yeah,
Oh,
he
dear.
spun all on his own in the S's, and his tires are dead shot.
Well, that'll be fun to watch on the last lap. Some ice skating then. But
Yeah.
Michael is
And
on the
your
last
microphone
lap.
still isn't better, by the way. But
Well,
yeah.
on the stream I think it sounds okay. I don't know if it's our connection to each other, maybe.
Oh,
That's close
then
now.
it might be my connection actually.
Who knows.
Never mind that. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but sure.
Anyway, here comes Michael. He is nearly there. He's coming through Spoon and now only has a couple more corners to go. And quite frankly, he could probably reverse there now. He's that far ahead. 15 seconds clear. And it is a dominant performance. He has one of the best quality laps I've ever seen, even with a mistake in it. And he's about to come through to take another win this season and his first in Asia. Just 1 corner to go, and Michael comes to the checkered flag
Boy.
to win the Japanese Grand Prix, and history is about to be made. We're watching Rafa now, and he is about to come home to take a 2nd place. He's had a perfect day, and it's going to be that Ferrari 1-2 that we're waiting all season to find, and there it is. Technique Gaming is going to take 5th, we think, because there's Zach coming through to pass him, and then Leon coming through to pass the 2 of them. No, does not get
No.
Zach. Doesn't get Zach
He
too.
lost so much time to Zach that he fell out of that 3-second window, and Zach gets 3rd, Leon gets 4th. So that means Zach is gaining some points in the championship on Leon. It's only 3, but he's closing the gap now from 28 points to 25. So 1 win for Zach with 0 for Leon. And
issue for Alper? I think he just lost the back end there. Has he got a rear left puncture? Is that? Oh, no, he can't have a puncture. They're 15 laps old. Did he just spin or something? Oh, I think he does.
Spins again.
I think he does. He must have it's a left rear puncture. I'm sure of it. I swear. I can see a puncture.
Oh my.
Is it a puncture? I need to get like right up close to the screen there. I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't see that either.
He's certainly driving like a guy that's got a puncture, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Let's just say that. But yeah, oh yeah, now he's noticing that. Yeah, I think rear left. It seems.
It's hard to tell, isn't it? I don't know.
Rear left. Yeah. Rear left puncture. Definitely. 100%.
I wish there was a rear-facing camera on this game. Come on.
Yeah, we need more camera angles, guys. Come on, it's not that hard. It's 2019.
Yeah, please,
camera angles shouldn't be an issue. R Factor gets it done. R Factor got it one like what 10, 15 years ago.
We had one last year. We had one last year, but they got rid of it this year for some reason.
Yeah. Esports ready, baby. Esports ready.
Oh yeah.
But we have a Ferrari 1-2 here, 43 points for the guys in red. And that will put Ferrari further up the standings. Hold on. How many points did Mercedes get? Leon got
10.
4th.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, sorry, you got 4th. This is 12
points. And Lakitu got none for 12th place. So that's 12 points and 43. So that's 31. So they've got a lead of 151 now with 4 races left. Mathematically, it's not over. But it will probably be at the US Grand Prix next week. Because all Ferrari needs is either to score... Hold on. So 152 is... Yeah, 151. Sorry, 151 is the difference now. They can allow themselves to lose 22 points to Mercedes. So if they score none, Mercedes has to score at least either a win or a second and an 8th, or just calculate it through. The other way would be I think 4th and 5th would give them 22, or 3rd and 6th.
There's a lot of ways, let's just say that.
Yeah. Or if Ferrari themselves get at least 21 points, that would also save them and make it impossible. No, they have to get 22 points themselves to be sure. That would also work. So if they get 22 points at the US Grand Prix next week, they would be safe. So either way, 22 points is the goal. For Mercedes, 22 more than Ferrari. For Ferrari, just 22.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will be back. Michael, I think this should be the headline. Michael with his first win this season in Asia. He finally got it done. He broke the curse. And in dominating fashion, I would say. I mean, the qualifying lap was just stellar. He made a mistake and he still out-qualified everyone by at least 3/10, most drivers by a second.
Yeah.
And then in the race, just 15 seconds in front of his teammate, whereas everyone else was just tumbling. We had Kalek and Alper coming together. We had Medium Pilot being spun around lap 1 in the S's. We had, well, pretty much everyone was just dropping.
Yeah.
Except Michael. Michael held it and just drove it home. 15 seconds of a gap. I think that's about as dominant as I've ever seen a race.
Yeah, and of course, like I say, special about to go to his teammate as well. My driver today, like I say, he also had a stunning race on them. The softs, just that Ferrari worked beautifully today.
Indeed. But yeah, we will be back next week for the United States Grand Prix at Austin, Texas, and the home race for the Haas. But yeah, my name is Austin Smith, and with me, Owen White. It was a pleasure casting with you as always.
Yep, same here. Absolute pleasure.
And we will see you next week Same time as always. See you then, and goodbye.
Safe travels, everybody.